This is another Disney podcast production.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Another Disney Podcast. It is it's the first week of September, I know that, and it's episode 30-something. Here we go.
You can see that when we're not in the same room, this does not go anywhere near as well.
Oops.
This is actually episode number 35 for the week of September the 3rd, but we'll let you slide on that one.
I got both things correct. I said it was early September and 30-something. Absolutely nailed it.
You can tell that we're a Disney podcast because they're like, the genie's coming in the fall. You're like, hey, we're doing this show in early September. Right. So you can tell that you read a lot of Disney
I have
stuff.
a better track record than Disney, though, because at least I gave a month and a section of the month. I was like early September. I don't know.
That's true.
The Genie app. Oh, all the things.
All the things.
Let's just jump right in. Okay. There is something that I definitely wanted to talk about that caught me off guard, was kind of unexpected, at least to me. And I think it's like the most brilliant transportation move they've made since maybe adding a third mode, maybe the fourth mode. Yeah. Third mode. Because from Magic Kingdom, you can take the ferry, you can take the monorail, and sometimes, usually early morning or super busy days, you can dip off to the right and take a bus. That's a super insider tip when everybody's cramming toward those other two. Sometimes there's buses.
I guess you could also technically walk now too if you really wanted to.
Yes.
So there are 4 different options.
There we go. I was correct. But so the ferry boats, they have pulled the railings and put up some construction walls. Really, at Disney? Surprising. But they are and they've dug some pylons into the docks and in the lagoon, and they are going to be adding steps where you'll be able to exit from the second floor of the ferries. That is epic. Yeah.
I agree. I think that's going to be a game changer.
Yes.
I mean, the worst thing after a long day in the park, when you're ready to get back to your car and you're on the top level of the ferry boat, is please wait until the bottom floor completely disembarks before we let you go. So you end up when we go, I usually stand up there until every single person's off the boat. Cause you're just being rushed out of there like cattle. So I agree, man. Adding a second deck to load and unload will be a game changer, and it'll allow them to get more people on and off quick.
I know. And to me, I wonder what the math will be. Like, I wonder how many, like if they can get like 2 or 3 extra trips in an hour. Like, I don't know. I don't know how many they're doing now. I mean, it's already fairly quick, but as far as like shoveling people out, like that's a big deal, and can I just be honest? Never saw that coming.
No, I never knew that was even on the horizon. Like,
it was like all of a sudden, look at all these pictures of construction. Oh, and they've thrown pylons in the water at the lagoon, and they're going to add steps. And like, wait, what? I don't know. Maybe this was a plan all along for the 50th, and it wasn't. Just maybe it's not a lot of construction time and work. I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be quick. You throw a couple pylons and build a platform and some steps, and you got another level. It'll be interesting to see people who've never been there before try to figure out, like, do we go upstairs? Because whenever you're going on the ride and you have to go left or right, people stand there and they're like, which? So imagine it now having to go up or down. Like, but I think they'll do, like, if you have a wheelchair or a stroller or a family, go on the first level. If you don't, go to the second level. Yeah. So I think it'll be pretty easy.
And the one thing that I'm interested to know is, how wide is that stairwell going to be? Is it going to be like the steps that lead up to the airplanes when you're like overseas? If you've ever traveled overseas, sometimes they like your plane stops in the middle of what feels like the runway and they roll out some steps to you. It's not very wide. And so like, will that really, I don't know what's the right word, but that jumble everybody up and then it's like one person at a place, or is it going to be like a big ramp? I wonder if they will even do stairs. I think it did say stairs. Ramp would make sense.
I think stairs allows it to be a little steeper.
Yeah.
If you do a ramp, it's got to be more gradual.
That's
so
true.
You'd have to start in the middle of the lake
yes.
in order to get a good ramp out there. But I just hope their stairs are not like, when you go up the steps at Splash Mountain and it's like 4 feet wide on each side. Like that's what I picture. And
that's probably smart.
A hot, sweaty day at the park and everybody wants to punch each other anyway. That could lead to some fisticuffs. But
yes. I'd be curious. Or just throwing somebody over the edge of the stairs. Splash. Anyway, yeah, man, I just like that was kind of like, oh, interesting. But I do have to say, we make a joke about it being probably not going to take a long time for construction. However, Brandon, you lived here for multiple years, and it's like, if it's anything like the work they do on the interstate, it may not be done before the 50th has concluded.
No,
just going to say that.
It probably won't. I think anything that was under construction when I moved here, and that was 3 years ago last month, is still under construction.
Pretty much.
I don't think anything has been finished.
2 words for you. Witch Duck Road.
Yes, that belongs in Florida.
So if you live in Virginia Beach, that's an inside joke to the rest of the world. They're like, I don't understand what this conversation is about. Moving on.
And they've switched to a different podcast.
Oh man. All right. What's up in your neighborhood?
Nothing. Obviously the other night they had fireworks, right?
Yes.
And I don't know if you saw this, but they're filming the ABC special, like 50 years of Disney. So they did special fireworks after the park closed. Apparently there was a large fire.
Oh my. Did they finish the show recording?
I don't know, but they did not have Happily Ever After the next night. Well, they had Happily Ever After, but they only had it with projections. They did not have any fireworks.
I saw that.
Yeah. So apparently the southwest corner burnt to the ground.
Well,
because of the new fireworks, I guess. So that is probably why the job posting for fireworks designer was back up yesterday.
Your wife sent me that. I just want to confirm that I did not get the job and immediately lose it upon this fire. I was not selected.
Yes, so that was interesting. I've never seen Happily Ever After, just projections.
I bet that would have been cool.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely different and unique.
It's definitely different. But yeah, they were back up and running last night, so they obviously fixed their flaw, and they filmed some more stuff last night as well for that 50th anniversary. So they were lighting fireworks off at like 12:30, something like that last night.
Nice. A little boom boom in the hood.
Little boom boom in the hood. That's all the excitement we got going on here.
So we talked a little bit last week about how dead it is in the park. I know you just got back. Have you been yet?
I have not been to the park, but I have been on the app. And one right before we came up here to film, and this is, what time is it? 8:10. So 7:35. I looked at the Hollywood Studios virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. They were on boarding group number 163, and the blue join the queue button was still lit.
Holy cow.
At 7:35. So it has been dead. I looked at the app today at probably 2:30. All the big rides in Magic Kingdom were less than 10 minutes. Big Thunder, Splash Mountain, Space Mountain.
Stop it.
The only thing that was up there was Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and it was 25 minutes.
No.
Yeah. Every park is dead.
Hey, you guys have an extra bed? I think it's a holiday week. Oh, that's a holiday weekend. It'll be insane.
I do.
Never mind.
I do. It's great.
Hey, if anybody who still listens from the early days, Ryan, I believe, left today with his best friend to go to Disney World and see Galaxy's Edge for the first time. If you couldn't tell in those early episodes, Ryan is the biggest Star Wars fan I've ever met in my life, and this was the first time he was going. Well, he went with us in 2015, 16, but Galaxy's Edge for the first time.
Nice. It's nice of him to let me know he's here.
Sure. I mean, if you know Ryan, it's all because Anne Boleyn is in concert at House of Blues. Yep. So that's why he's there. And he was like, well, I guess I'll go see Galaxy's Edge. Where to me, I'm like, I don't care about your concert. I'm going to Disney every day that I'm there.
Correct.
But it's just, hey, we're all different. Hey, did you see that they finally, I mean, I know they talked about the Space 220 was opening this fall, but they gave a date. September 20th. I have no idea how the reservation systems are going to go. I have no idea how much it's going to cost, but I'm going to try super duper de-duper hard to get us all a reservation. Now, I will throw an asterisk in there. If they come out and it's like $300 a plate, I'll go ahead and cancel them. But I'm going to try to get us all a reservation while we're there.
That sounds fun.
I mean, should be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's space. You get to eat food in space.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wonder if we teleport there.
Apparently you go up some sort of magical space elevator.
Oh.
That takes you from the lobby area to the dining room via some sort of magical space elevator.
Is it owned by one of the 2 billionaires that went to space? Because those were successful, so I have confidence.
It could be. Although Richard Branson just got grounded indefinitely because they violated some sort of flight rules of some sort. So
yeah, the pilots knew about it, right?
Yeah. So maybe we don't want his elevator.
Good call. I get my packages on time. Let's go with Jeff.
That's right.
Oh man. Like, okay, can we also talk about, so and with the 50th coming, they have announced like a ridiculous amount of what they're calling the Fab 50. And I didn't do a lot of reading on it. And basically they're replacing all of the little bronze-ish statues all around the hub and Magic Kingdom with gold in honor of the 50th anniversary. Yep. And so of course you have all your typical characters, but they have some pretty random ones and they're doing them at other parks. I was not aware of this.
I was not aware of this either.
Yeah, so they're doing it like there's a whole bunch of like Pixar and Star Wars characters going to Hollywood Studios, which makes sense. But I was like, that's cool.
So yeah, I did see that they were starting to put some of those statues in other parts or other parks. But did you see what they did today? They, in the wokeness that has become of Walt Disney World.
Oh no.
They removed from the hub the bronze statue of Brer Rabbit.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They took it down because it's controversial.
It's a rabbit.
It's a rabbit.
My man has to live in thorns because of a stupid fox and a bear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it.
Who's the victim here?
I think it's the rabbit.
I agree. Oh man.
But no, I did not know that they were putting them in other parks.
Yeah. So there's a bazillion of them. Like Woody is standing with Bo Peep. And then there was a BB-8, which makes sense. Okay. So it's like a whole, but they're all at Hollywood Studios.
Oh,
it's good times, man.
Interesting.
Good times.
Good times.
Okay. So we talked before the show about, so speaking of restaurants, right? So I'm going to try to get us reservations to Space 220, which may end up feeling a lot like Club 33. We'll find out. But you saw cast, speaking of food, you said you saw cast members roaming around and doing something very different that we've never seen.
Yes. So obviously we've talked about how dead the parks have been for the last 2 weeks. One of the crazy things I saw were basically cast members in the parks walking around with the menu from their restaurant, essentially begging people to come in, essentially saying, hey guys, we are open and we have food if you'd like to eat it. So have you ever seen the restaurants at Walt Disney World dead enough that the cast members can solicit guests?
No, never.
Eat?
I mean, it's hard enough to get a walk on or walk up at a restaurant. I'm trying to slip Gina $100 bills to get in, and that doesn't work. Now they're walking around with menus going, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Yeah. So, and the number one telltale sign, the margarita stand at Epcot, no one. There was 0 people in line. Not a soul.
Well,
cast members just twiddling their thumbs.
I mean, I said I wasn't going to head down there, but since that's a thing, might be worth it.
You may want to.
But we have the Margaritaville machine.
Yeah.
We can just make them. But there's nothing like one at Disney. They just know what they're doing.
No. I mean, you really, really enjoy it when you pay $19 for it. But yeah.
19.
Restaurants begging people to eat in them.
Oh,
very
man.
different. Very different Disney. But, it's not just Disney. Universal is experiencing the same thing. I saw something on Inside the Magic, so I jumped on the Universal app and looked at the wait times over there. And this was at 5 o'clock this evening, so they're open till 8, 9 o'clock. So it's not like they're closing. Velocicoaster, the best roller coaster I've ever been on.
Yes.
The wait was 10 minutes at 5 p.m. 10 minutes. So it's not just Disney.
All right.
So I know we speculated like, oh, it's because the 50th and people aren't going to come down and, they're saving it for a month from now. But I guess people aren't, at least right now, people aren't coming to Orlando theme parks. And that could be school and COVID.
Sure, it's a little bit of everything, I'm sure. But I would like to go ahead and book my room now. For the 60th, Brandon, I would I'm going to come about 2.5, 3 weeks before the 60th and just blow off the 60th celebration altogether. And I'm going to come to the parks and we're going to not stand in line for anything. Does that sound good?
That sounds like a plan. That sounds great. I will see you in 2031.
I'll be 119 years old. Dear God. Okay, last bit of news that I wanted to talk about, and this is a big deal. We talked many, many episodes ago about good luck trying to figure out what time it is down Main Street because they removed the clock and then they put the 50th logo over top of the other clock on the castle. So you're just kind of out of luck. The clock on Main Street is back. And guess what?
What?
They dipped it in gold.
Oh,
yes.
No.
So it actually looks really good. I was surprised. It's shiny and new.
Did that just go up?
It might have been today.
Like since last week. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to get over there and check it out.
Look. What day did this news story break? September 2nd. Is that today?
Yeah, it's today.
Blog Mickey says it receives a golden makeover, sponsored 50th anniversary banners. Oh, the Main Street USA clock receives the golden makeover, sponsored by 50th anniversary banners at Magic Kingdom. Wow. Oh, yeah. That is cool. It has the banners underneath of it. What did it used to have there? Nothing?
Nothing.
It was just a green pole, right?
It was
a black pole and the clock was surrounded in green. I don't know. I do have one request though. Like I wish it said like it seems like every like oversized clock in the world that you see is always at a sporting event and it's a Rolex. So Rolex needs to pony up so they can be at Disney World because right now it's Citizen.
I agree.
Or Citizen. Thank you.
Citizen.
That's all I got, man. I mean, there's tons of other 50th news, but oh my gosh, all there is to talk about is the 50th. Yeah. But something did happen. Of course, you came and visited us. We waited to release our show after the weekend, and you came and recorded with me on Sunday, and Monday we launched our special in-person show. And of course, that day, what happened?
The same thing that always happened. Major breaking news.
Yes.
Happens the day we release our show.
Every time.
And unless you're hiding under a rock and you're not a huge Disney fan, you know that Disney now released their annual pass holder program for Walt Disney World. Oh,
yes.
Oh, what a mess. What a mess.
People are leaving Facebook groups in droves. It's this bad.
Yes, people are leaving Facebook. People are threatening to boycott Disney. People are threatening to picket in front of Chapek's office. These people are ridiculous.
Chapek's up there like Scrooge McDuck, just counting his like 1 million?
Just counting
2 million?
That's right. I saw somebody posted a clip from Hamilton, the king singing "You'll Be Back," and it's just Chapek just counting money because he's like, "You're
well done.
You're not going anywhere."
No.
But yeah,
You're a glutton for punishment.
New pass holder program. So Dave, break it down real quick for us.
Break it down. Okay. I will give you all of the information that we have. No, I mean, if you're really into Disney, you've heard all this, but I'll share everything with you. So there's four options. The first one is called the Glowy Dust Pass. One more time, the Glowy Dust Pass. This is $3.99. Okay. Here's what it includes. Okay. This pass includes 47 magical minutes in your choice of park per week, 30-minute parking pass, 10% off turkey legs, free cups of water, limit 1 per family. So there's your first one. The Yoho Pass is $6.99. It includes 1 day a week at the park of your choice. Now let me read this because there's fine print. Includes 1 day a week at a park of your choice, but it excludes Animal Kingdom on Wednesdays and Magic Kingdom every third Monday. 14% off of Dasani Water and Rizzo's Pizzeria. A free pirate eye patch must be worn in the parks only. The next one is the Magic Hat Pass for $8.99. It includes visit the park anytime, limit 12 visits per year. Reservations must be made no earlier than 24 hours in advance. Unlimited bathroom visits. Your wife must buy this one. And you must denounce Harry Potter. And then there's the Super Pass for $12.99. It includes unlimited park visits. Reservations need only 24 hours in advance. 30% off of any Black Cauldron merchandise. Complimentary high five from Bob J-Peck. Restrictions apply. So there you go. That's what I found on the internet for the new passes.
Wow. That somehow doesn't sound like you checked the right site.
I don't think so. This is compliments, of course, of social media. But I got to be honest. We talked a lot about this, right? Yeah. We said, hey, I don't think it's going to happen when they just start selling them again. Wrong. We didn't think they were going to do it this year. Wrong. And we thought when it happened that it would be astronomical through the roof. I think I remember myself saying, like, I would not be shocked if it was $1,800.
Yeah.
Now, for $1,400, now that's if you buy it brand new. The renewal price right now is like $1,106 or $1,146, 11 something. That's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Yeah. That's not that bad. And so, and if you really dig into it, the tiers are not that much different than what the actual passes are right now. As far as platinum, platinum plus, silver, gold, it's essentially the same thing. There's actually less blackout dates on the lower passes that came out than there were for the silver and the gold, just by a couple days. But there's actually, a couple less blackout dates. So just to actually give you the real stuff in case you haven't heard about it, the lowest tier is called the Disney Pixie Dust Pass. That's $399. You can have 3 park reservations. Lots of blackout dates, only available to Florida residents. Current pass holders can renew for $339 instead of $399. So that's the lowest pass. That's kind of like almost like your weekday after 4 pass for Florida residents that we have pretty right much now. The next one up is the Disney Pirate Pass. This is $699. You can get 4 park reservation. So we've already graduated past the 3, which is what we were all hoping would happen.
Winning.
So this one's got 4. It's available to Florida residents. Current pass holders can renew this one for $594.
Not bad.
So almost $100 less. Yeah. So not bad. The next one up is the Sorcerer Pass. This one's $899. It has less blackout dates, but this one includes 5 park reservations. This one's available to Florida residents and DVC Club members. So as we know now, DVC can get a Disney Gold Pass even though they're not Florida residents. this is the same thing.
Yes, and don't forget for your wife that includes unlimited bathroom visits. So we're gonna get that one, and then current pass holders can renew that for $764. So that's $130 less. Not bad. And then the top tier price, which would be your Platinum Plus, it's $12.99. So still not as much as we thought it was going to be. That's okay.
There's no blackout dates. 5 park reservations, and current pass holders can renew for $1104. So that's almost $200 off.
Yeah, that's not
bad. When this first came out, I was like, what are they doing? But once I read through it and kind of compared it to what is there now, it's not that much different. People just like to complain, and they're going to buy the pass anyway. They're going to go to Disney anyway.
No.
And then obviously if you have a pass already, like us, your pass will keep all of its benefits through whenever your next renewal is, and then you'll be, grandfathered into whatever the new thing is. The thing I found interesting, and the thing that people are up in arms about, is that there is no Disney Photo Pass included in any of the passes.
I was going to break that down. So Audrey and I just filmed and released this week our latest Plan for the Magic podcast, shameless plug, and they just became DVC members, and we kind of broke down I won't spare you. I mean, I will spare you guys in case you listen to both, but it is absolutely insane, especially so for a family of 4. If you wanted to take 2 7-day trips in 2019, that cost you $2602.84. And now, as of this week, it costs you $4430.63. Now, what's important is, because you're right, it doesn't include PhotoPass. So the one thing that's worth bringing up is the annual pass program that you and I are on. Now we have to say the previous annual pass program. When you bought into that, these are the things that included. It included Magical Express. It included that's not true if you stayed on property, but it included Magic Bands if you stayed on property. It did include PhotoPass and FastPass. All 4 of those, if you're an annual pass member and you choose to stay on property, all 4 of those free things are now a la carte. So that's very important. That you're gonna see now that. So I am kind of disappointed about the PhotoPass. Those I have a Ring that is constantly streaming nothing but pictures from all the way from our trip back in 2010.
Yep.
To now, and so every day I get to see Brandon and Krista and my family, and just does nothing but all of our trips. So what is worth talking about is the fact that, here's the thing, if you have 4 people in your family, you don't have to buy the PhotoPass for all 4.
No.
In fact,
you can just have one person.
Right. In fact, if you have friends that have it and you guys are connected on what's still the My Disney Experience, or MDE, and soon to be, I'm sure, the Disney, the Genie app. I'm guessing, now that could change, but I'm guessing that you'll be, and so basically if your friend has it and you don't, they can see your pictures and send them to you. So it's a little hack. Maybe Disney will stop it, but I mean, that definitely stinks. I mean, there's a lot of things that were included that now just aren't, but I think the biggest hit for me is definitely the photos for sure, which to me, I'm like me, you, Krista, and Matthew can just go quarters and one person can get it. It's fine.
Correct. Yeah. Where you're going to see the problem is these families that bring, 15, 16 people,
right.
In order to have one person with the photo pass, all 16 people are going to have to go the same place, take the same picture, ride the same rides, be together all the time in order to get the picture. So, having gone with your family, that there are times that you just need to get away from them. And if you happen to take pictures during that time, you will not see them unless you pay for it. Now, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I heard it come out, I think it's a $99 edition, for the annual pass. I think that's a great price.
Yeah. Now let's say, I think it's cheaper with the renewal. I think it's like 85, so. $84.95 or 84 and some change, whatever. Yeah. I don't want to say I haven't done it, but I'm assuming it's still 15% off is what the renewal. Yep. That's what it used to be. I don't know if it changed. I didn't do the math, but that sounds pretty close. $85 off 100 is.
And the good thing for us is our Platinum Pass just renewed at the beginning of August. So we essentially have a whole nother year where we will have Photo Pass without having to pay anything extra.
So if you're within your window, and you've done this before, how far out early can you do it? Is it 30 days?
Renewal?
Yeah.
60.
60. Yeah. So we're talking, if you're October or November, renew now. Because you're going to get perks that you're going to have to pay for the next time that you renew. So you got the rest of this week, basically, through after the holiday. September 8th is when it starts, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I talked to a cast member because Krista and I are going. It's her birthday Saturday. When people have heard this, you're listening on Friday. Her birthday's tomorrow, Saturday. We're going to the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So I called the pass holder line just to see if I could get some extras and some surprises for her. And I talked to a wonderful cast member there, and I just said, "Hey, how is it going? Like, how has your day been with all the annual pass holder stuff coming out?" And she said, "You would not believe the stuff I have heard from people today." So God bless the cast members in those call centers having to deal with this. Be nice to your cast members if you're calling to renew your passes. They have no control over it.
Yeah, dude. Don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger. But she said it was crazy.
Yeah, I also don't understand. Like, I get it. People are passionate about what they're passionate about in life. And this crowd, that's Disney. But at the same time, I'm like, don't go. Vote with your wallet. Like, that's the problem. That, like, we make a joke about Chapek, but he's right. You're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, trust me, if 40 million people were like, I'm not going to Disney World anymore until they do this, like, they would feel that. That's probably not true. I don't know what a number, but I mean, like, if they lost 40% of their park revenue or park capacity when it was open at 100, let's say 3 years from now, and people were like, you know what, this is just too expensive and I'm not going anymore, they would notice. They would notice. I'm not saying they're going to backtrack, but they would feel it. They would have to start adding incentives. Yeah. Right? I mean, we've always seen that. Disney raises prices and they're like, oh gosh. And then they have these like 35% off hotel deals. Like, buy 3 days, get 2 days of tickets free. Like, they always do this. Like, they're not a dumb company, but they're also not going to go backward. We live in a brand new world since this pandemic, and you just, like, love it or hate it. It is what it is. So just take care of our cast members because they are a part of the magic too. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking. Write your letter to Bob.
Correct.
Spend your energy there.
Yes.
Wow, that was a little preachy. We need some more magic. There we go. Thanks, Tinkerbell. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, okay. Sorry, we didn't touch on Lightning Pass. Not that we would have with the annual pass program, but Matthew sent us a picture today. Did you see it? Like, this shocked me. I will do my best to remember to put this on the screen right now. But if you look closely at this picture, this is, they literally put the word Lightning Pass lane over top. You can clearly see it says Fast Pass lane. Come on, man.
I mean, they lost a couple $1 billion in the last year. Maybe, this is a temporary fix, and then they're going to put
no way. That's like carnival action. That's like Bob with his overalls and no t-shirt would do that. Come on. Well, Bob. Sorry. That was the name I went with. So how about Steve? That, like, to me, I'm sorry. You can't be dressing the entire park for the 50th and slap on a sticker where you can clearly see I was leveled. That's my soapbox.
I agree. That was Bush League.
I was like, what? What? It was very much a... I promise I won't do any more of this. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, maybe they just did that just in case they're like, hey, this lightning thing doesn't work. We're bringing back Fast Pass.
Peel it off.
Rip it off.
Peel it off.
Just peel it off.
Gotta love that 3M sticky tape. It just all comes off in one layer.
That is
right. Oh man. All right, what do we want to do? You want to play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game.
With my heart? Which is what everybody's saying about Bob and Disney. Okay. We did a pick one last week. We did a random
small reimagine it.
Yeah. We can play something completely different. Okay. So name 3 things that are going to be new coming when the 50th anniversary begins that you're looking forward to. Let's say the most. So it can be anything from as small as a magic band or a food item to a brand new ride or attraction. Anything in the spectrum that's going to be new. And we'll go tennis style. You can do one, I'll do one. Okay.
All right.
So 3 things that you are excited about that will be new at the beginning of the 50. Brandon, it's you.
At the beginning of the 50 or during the 50?
Well, yeah, that's not starting until the 50th anniversary.
Gotcha. My number 1 is Tron Light Cycle Coaster.
Oh,
I'm 100%. I'm super stoked about that ride. I love roller coasters. I've seen it for 2.5 years or however long it is being built. But like we talked about, I may be there opening day. I'm that excited about it. So yeah. Tron Light Cycle.
We may or may not have a reservation for the first day. Okay. Maybe. I'll start off a little bit smaller, but it is a new attraction, I guess. And that's Cherry Tree Lane at Epcot. Well, probably should have thought of something else.
Probably not.
No, to me, I have a ridiculous obsession with Disney clothing, Disney hats, Disney sunglasses. I have 3 pair of Mickey Ray-Bans. Don't tell my wife. So I'm excited about the merch, which you were here and I totally forgot to get my shirt from you.
Oh, the funny thing is we were together 3 separate days.
Yep.
Friday, it was in my suitcase. Saturday, it was in my suitcase. Sunday, I didn't bring it to your house because it was in my suitcase. So I brought it with me to Virginia, and I brought it back from Virginia. So you'll get it at the end of September.
Hey, she's well traveled.
She is. I'll even wash it for you.
So yeah, I'm pumped about the merch. No, you don't have to wash it. It'll be crispy. Don't wash it. I like it crispy. Now people are going to be like, "You wear clothes that?" Yeah, I do because it's crispy.
You wear crispy clothes.
You got judgment? Bring it.
Bring it.
Anotherdispodcast @gmail.com. I'm ready for you.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's right.
Number 2 for you.
Another thing I'm looking forward to is the new dining experience that will be located at the California Grill. It's now going to be a anniversary celebration dining experience. It'll have a price fix menu. It will include drink pairings, and obviously you will get a prime view for the new fireworks. So we've been to California Grill a couple times. We love it there. We have a gentleman who always takes care of us there as a server. His name is Walter. Shout out to Walter. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, to see what that's going to be like, a new 50th anniversary dining celebration at the top of the Contemporary.
Nice. I feel like you just low-key said Walter Elias Disney is your waiter.
Yes.
Server, excuse me. They're not called waiters, are they? Probably server. All right. Nice. Have they released the prices yet?
No, they have not said anything about what it is even going to be, other than there's going to be a price fix menu, and then drink pairings, and then the whole thing is to be up there for the new fireworks celebration.
My guess is it's going to be more than Space 220.
Probably. It's probably going to be a pretty penny.
Pretty shiny and new. Okay. Number 2 for me. This is going to be really weird, but that new daytime kite show, what is it called?
Kite Tales.
Pretty straightforward. I should have known that one. I mean, I watched the little making of thing. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that's what it's called. I'm pretty
pretty sure it's called Kite Tales.
The only thing that would have been better if I would have been the new kite show. What is it called? And you'd have been like the kite show.
Kite show.
No, it looks really cool. Probably because a couple of weeks ago at the oceanfront, we rode the bikes down there. I took our youngest, and there was like this huge like kite festival on like 17th Street, and they were like that. They were massive, big blow up kites, and that one with Zazu is the one that I remember from the promo or preview that they had for the new show. And I was like, Zay, look at them, this is just like the kites we saw. So I don't know, like I feel like there's been no daytime anything, like no parades, and I mean, I know they have the cavalcades, so I'm looking forward to like a full on like new show during the day. That's my number 2.
Yeah, and we've always talked about, I mean, I think we have thrown it back and forth trying to do a reimagineer it for that theater that they had for Rivers of Light. I mean, it's just a big rest area now, which seems like a big waste of space. So it'll be good to see something in there. I can't say that I'm the most excited about kites flying around.
You're the worst.
But I'll give it a shot.
You have no choice. You're taking me. We're going on a date.
Okay.
They sell beer there. Buy me a beer. We'll go watch.
Okay. And we'll cuddle.
Oh boy. Okay. And last but not least, number 3.
Last but certainly not least, I'm looking forward to the new light displays on each of the pillars of the park.
Ooh.
Super looking forward to that. We were at Epcot last week, and you can see the lights that are on Spaceship Earth. They look like those big like press lights that go like underneath your cabinets. But I'm super excited to see what that looks like. I picture that it's going to look like the Christmas lights, but 8,000 times better. So I'm excited to see what they do with Spaceship Earth, what they do with the castle. I'm really interested to see what they do with the Tower of Terror. How they're going to light that up, because I love what they do at holiday time for that and Christmas time. So good. And then the Tree of Life is always epic, so it'll be cool to see what they do with that. So I'm super looking forward to I think they call them the Beacons of Light, maybe.
I believe you're correct.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to as far as that.
Yeah, that's good. That's going to be, I mean, all the new things are going to be exciting for sure. Okay, I had my third one, and it's so great, I forgot. You said Beacons of Light. I was like, yes, great one. I will say I have to sneak in because my first one is not 50th, but it's 50th related. And that is, as we talk about on the show a lot, we either do a show and then Disney drops a big, huge breaking news, or I'm visiting the parks and right after we leave, or they announced it and I've already booked my trip, and like 24, 48, 72 hours after I leave is when that happens. I go back to the VP of Disney World of Magic Kingdom saying the People Movers reopening back up this weekend, and we were there, and we left like Sunday and 10, 11, something like that. I think it opened at like 5. So anyway, that's my life with all of this luck, but I am extremely excited that it's going to be packed, but all the new shows that I'm going to get to see. So it's going to be like a bam, 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 bam. So what I mean by that is, yes, the 29th of September, I have the unbelievable privilege of not only being at Walt Disney World, but I will get to see and be in the park for the very last Happily Ever After showing, along with millions of other people, I'm sure. Shoulder to shoulder, I'm wearing a mask. And then the 50th will obviously launch, and we'll see the brand new show. And then, of course, Harmonious will will begin. And then the kite show. So like, there's like all of these new, it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like all of these new things are happening that have nothing to do with like rides or attractions that I'm super excited about. So I think they've done a good job. I'm just going to say it. Covering themselves with the fact that a lot of these attractions aren't going to be ready for the launch, which obviously that was their intention. So I think they're hitting some home runs with the beacons, with the new changes, with the shows coming. Yeah. So that's it. It's being able to see a bunch of new shows and bow out one last cry and one last applause for Happily Ever After.
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, we always talk about this like we're super, I don't want to say jaded, but we're super jaded because we are at Disney all the time.
Right,
so like we see, yes, I mean, sometimes we go to Disney and we don't ride anything because we're like we've been on Haunted Mansion 47 times.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be nice to have other things to do, other things to look at while we're there. So I agree with you. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I love Happily Ever After. Like I've never not cried at that show. I'm always good until the Tink segment.
You can fly,
and then
you can fly.
Yeah. So that's going to wreck me, and to see that for the last time with you is going to be super awesome. So yeah, that'll be good.
It'll just be first. A lot of cool firsts, right? We'll see the very last one. And then 2 days later, like we'll see the very first one of the show of the 50th, and then we'll see the second show of Harmonious. I don't know. I mean, it's exciting to be like there at the beginning. You know, if you're a Disney like nerd, this is your Super Bowl, and it's the Super Bowl of Super Bowls, right? I mean, yes, they've had the 25th and they've had the 45th, they've had the 30th, they've had some big ones, but 50 is huge. I mean, you look how, and only thing in recent history that we have to go by was Disneyland's Diamond, and that was a big deal. And to me, like the technology, what they're able to do, the capital that they have is certainly different than these, you know, these anniversaries from 30 years ago, 25 years ago. And so it's just a great time to be alive and experience all of these like mind-blowing visual things are going to be happening at all of the parks. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. And
I agree.
That's what just keeps me going back to Disney and not anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree. And it takes me back because I was actually there to see the last show of Wishes, or one of the last shows of Wishes. And then the first or second, I think it was the second showing of Happily Ever After. So it'll keep a tradition going for me of seeing the old and bringing in the new, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah. All right. I think that was good. That was a fun way to include some 50th Jam, but talk about some things we're excited about. What's the countdown, man? Gosh, we're close.
Let's see. Today's the 2nd. You'll be here the 29th. So today's almost over. So 26 days.
Oh, my stars in heaven.
And then I've told you this plenty of times. You got the pass holder preview for Ratatouille on the 28th, I think. I still am expecting you on my doorstep the morning of the 28th. Like, I'm here.
It'll be all like, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout, housekeeping. Yeah, man, I'll look. I don't know. Cool. I already have to change my flight because we were leaving at like 5:30 at night on the 4th, and then it was like 7:30 in the morning. They changed the flight. I'm like, no. I'm at least going to a park until lunchtime.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I have to figure that out. But because they changed it, I'll be able to change it for free. So I just have to, for some reason, if you've done Southwest, you know how like when they change it, you can just log in and go change it and at no cost to you. And I even use the link from the email that says, hey, if you'd like to change this, doesn't work. So I have to call. And of course, every time I call, they're like, you are 317th in line. And then the last time, because sometimes they'll be like, hey, if you'd like to save your place in line, we'll call you back. And then I said, okay. And then it didn't work. It took me to this menu. Like 3 minutes later, it was like, and ended the call. I was like, I'm going to smash someone's face in. So yeah, I just have to keep trying.
Try it out.
That was a pretty bummer way to end the.
That was a bummer way to end.
Hey, if you're looking to go to Disney World anytime in the near future or anytime during the 50th, please reach out to our great friend Tom at flymickeytravel.com. He is your hookup for every Disney destination in the world. He has massive knowledge, especially when it comes to the international parks, but of course, books for fans of Disneyland and Walt Disney World every day. Give your local travel agent some love.
Yes, that's all I got, indeed. Man. Yeah, and if you're looking to bring home your favorite park scent, something from Pirates of the Caribbean, or maybe something from Avatar Flight of Passage, make sure you head over to Park Scents.
Yes.
Check it out there. We get a wonderful deal, a deal that they do not give, that most candle companies and scent companies do not give to other podcasts. Nope. You're going to get 20% off your order. So just make sure you put in DISPOD20 at checkout. Yes. And you can take home your favorite scent, parkscents.com.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Okay, team. Until next week.
Until next time.
Oh, have a great time at the AKL. Come on now. Yeah. Savannah View Room. Get it.
Savannah View Room. We'll do a little recap next week.
Yes. Send me some video of some aminals.
Aminals coming your way.
I've only been to the Animal Kingdom Lodge at night because we had a dinner reservation at Boma way back in the day when that was open and normal.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, man. Have a blast. Happy birthday, Krista. We love you.
We love you.
All right. Later, Gator.
Later, Gator.